afternoon, evening, everyone, wherever you are. We are so happy to invite you and be here with us for our Soul Transformation Talks. My name is Marianne Melvin, and I am co-hosting this with Debra Manning. And we are very excited to teach you about your soul. And you ask, I'm a certified master teacher, have over 15 years studying with Dr. and Master Shah. I am also a nurse, and I have used these techniques personally for myself for transformation. So I am very excited to teach this, and I will let Debra introduce herself. Welcome, Debra.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Debra Manning. I am an acupuncturist for over 18 years and a registered nurse for over 40 years. I have my own practice here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I met Dr. and Master Qigong Shah in 2009, and I have adopted many of these soul transformation wisdom and practices into my clients, into my clinic. And they have helped so many people, including myself, including my pets, including my family. So we are just so excited to bring this information to you. We are doing a series of 30-minute small bites with a practice of Tao Wisdom to help you to engage and to teach you how you can do these practices for yourself, for soul transformation. So we are really excited to go to the next step here. So I'm going to share my screen because we like to do things with a little PowerPoint to bring you more information. So again, this is Soul Transformation Talks. We meet on Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. for just 30 minutes. We today are going to talk about why do people get sick? What is Shen, Qi, and Jing? And we're going to talk about greatest love, Da'ai, and we're going to do a practice to transform an unbalanced emotion with chanting the Da'ai greatest love mantra. So think about an emotion that has been making you feel a little uneasy. It could be anxiety, could be depression, could be worry. There's so much going on in the world, and our emotions tend to be a little more frayed and unbalanced. And then we will let you know how you can connect with us. Marianne is going to start us off talking about why do we have challenges? Why do people get sick?
Okay, thank you, Debra. So why do we have challenges? So according to Tao science and of course our teachings with Master Shah, our challenges in health, relationship, finances, and every aspect of life can carry blocked energies. We call these negative blockages, negative fields, and we want to transform them into positive fields. So the negative fields are created through not providing good service to others, either by ourselves or our ancestors. The ways that we create these negative fields or blockages in our bodies are by lying, cheating, stealing, and harming others with our negative thoughts, words, actions, and inactions. And these negative fields are just not only for the body. It is for the emotions, it is for spiritual, it is for mental, it is for your finances, for your relationships. It goes on and on because, as we said before, everything and everyone has a soul. So our finances have a soul, our relationships have a soul, our emotions have a soul, our organs have a soul, and they can all carry this negative information that we or our ancestors have caused. And this is not only just for healing ourselves, but we have to remember that we can give our own selves the negative information, the negative mindsets that can affect our positive information. So let's go on to the universal law of Shen Qi Jing, because this really helps As we said before, everyone and everything is made of Shen Qi Jing, or soul, energy, and matter. This is a universal law. Okay, if you could go to the next. Thank you, Deborah. So as you can see here, we have Shen, which represents the soul, our heart. This is the core of life, your spiritual heart. The mind, which is your consciousness. Qi, which is energy, and Jing, which is matter. And as we said before, everything and everyone has Shen Qi Jing. Okay? In Tao science, it is described as the soul is described as a warehouse of information. The heart is considered the receiver of the information. The mind is the processor of the information. The energy is the mover or the actioner. And the matter is the transformation or transformer of information. So the matter is what you see, what you feel, what you touch, what you smell. It's all that comes, that we can actually create. All right. So you also have the positive and the negative. And we have described that we don't want the negative energy, right? We want to fill ourselves with positive energy. We want to transform as much of the negative information that we can, so that we can have a higher frequency and vibration within our beings, our relationships, our finances, and so forth. So what do we do to create this? We want to create a more positive, a more purer messages, frequency, and vibration into our whatever we're trying to transform, whether it's our physical body, our emotions. And what happens is that the soul has that message, right? So that message is either positive or negative. If the message is negative and it goes to your heart is the receiver of that message. So your heart says, okay, you want this message, this negative message. It sends it to the mind, and the mind is the processor, right? And then the mind sends it to the energy and says, okay, put this throughout your entire body, or your relationship, or your finances. And then it goes to the matter, which actually is the transformer of the message. So you can see that it starts on the soul level. So the healing has to start, the transformation has to start on the soul level. And as we give more positive information, we can transform that negative information into positive information, which can transform, has the ability to transform whatever you're trying to transform, whether it's your physical body, your mental body, your finances, your relationships, your work, whatever it is. So let's just go over it, and then Debra will go on to the next part. Shen Qi Jing is a universal law. Shen represents the soul, which is the boss, which we want to change the information from the soul level. The heart and the mind. Qi is the energy, the mover of all the information that we are sending to ourselves or to our bodies or relationships or finances. And Jing is the matter. And those two can be positive or negative. And which kind do we want? We want the positive information. So thank you, and this is only a taste. As Debra has explained, we're only giving you a bite. We will hold longer events later on. So go ahead, Debra, thank you.
Thank you, Marianne. So one of the ways that we can change the negative information or the negative frequency and vibration to more of a positive frequency vibration or field in our soul, heart, mind, and body is to chant sacred mantras. So over here, you can see this information that was put out by David Hawkins. Many people know of David Hawkins, Power versus Force. And what he has done is he has created this map of consciousness levels and let you know the frequency and vibration of some of these different words or feelings or whatever it is that you are experiencing in your body. And if you allow your consciousness or your emotions to lay for a long period of time in this negative area, which you can see in the lower part, shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, it will lower the frequency and vibration in your body. And so all of a sudden, then you don't feel well. You have these emotions become kind of stuck in your consciousness, and it can create sickness and ill health also. So as we get up in the higher vibrations like courage and acceptance and reason and love and joy and peace, all the way to enlightenment, then we are raising the frequency and vibration in our body. So to heal and transform the challenges is to transform the negative field to a positive field. And we can connect to a positive field by connecting with the higher saints, holy beings, through the 4 power techniques that we had talked about last week that Master Sha has brought to humanity. And we can chant sacred mantras that carry a positive high vibrational field, like love. Love is one of the highest vibrational fields that we can chant at this time. So what we're doing is we are going to chant a positive high vibrational tone, creating a field that can transform a negative field that is causing us pain and suffering. So connecting and chanting Da'ai, which means greatest love in Mandarin, will bring a positive higher field to our being to transform the negative energy field that has been created. So that is what we are going to work on today. So we're going to use Master Sha's 4 power techniques, and the beauty of all of this is it's a roadmap that allows us to do certain things to create the saying hello to the soul to soul, heart to heart connection, to the inner souls and the outer souls for healing and transformation. And then we can visualize with our mind power, our sound power is our chanting to create the high vibrational field, and our body power is where we're going to sit up straight. We're going to put our feet flat on the floor. We're going to put one hand over our heart and the other hand over our lower abdomen. And so we are going to now connect and do an invocation, which is our soul power connecting, saying hello. So go ahead and think about an emotion that maybe you're just not feeling well. So you could have an emotion like anger, depression, anxiety, worry, sadness, grief, fear. It could be, frustration. It could be many different things. So think about that now. What is it that you want to transform in your being that is causing you to feel not well? So when we have these unbalanced emotions for a long period of time, we lose energy. We have a lowering of our immunity. We get a physical ailment. So this is something that is very important to transform sooner than later. And the way that we can do this is through chanting sacred mantras. So when we chant Da'ai, we are connecting with the greatest love. This is Tao love, the greatest love that can help to transform the negative information of the unbalanced emotion that we are trying to not have in our being. So we're going to connect right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to put one hand over your heart chakra or your heart and the other hand over your lower abdomen. And we're going to just do what Master Sha calls is an invocation to say hello to the souls. So dear divine Tao and source, dear all our spiritual fathers and mothers in all realms. And you can connect with whoever that you feel you want to connect with. It could be the sun, the moon, the stars. It could be Jesus, Mother Mary, could be Buddha, could be a spiritual animal, whatever it is that you feel connected to, you want to connect to that. So dear heaven and Mother Earth, dear countless planets, stars, galaxies, and universes, we love you. And dear the Shen, Qi, and Jing, what Marianne had discussed with us, the soul, energy, and matter of, and name the unbalanced emotion that you are working on. So I myself am experiencing a little bit of sadness. I lost my beloved dog last Friday. And so I want to continue to transform that sadness. It doesn't mean I don't love my dog, but that sadness is not serving me. So I would rather be in a state of love and gratitude and joy about my dog. And so that is what I'm going to work on. So please heal and transform and name your situation that you are working on. I am working on sadness. We are extremely grateful. Thank you. So we're going to visualize light in our message center or our heart chakra here or our heart. And then we are going to chant Da I. And I am going to lead the chanting. It's very, very simple. You can chant with me, or you can just sit and close your eyes and just connect with the chanting that I'm going to do. And once you learn the pattern of the chanting, then you can join in with me, and then we can all chant together. When we all chant together or connect with the chanting, we're building a bigger field. So the more people that chant together, you know about the groups of people that get together and chant for Mother Earth or chant for humanity, though that same idea applies here. The more that we chant together, even if you watch this at a later time, anybody that's been on this video at this point will all be with you and chanting with you. So everyone close their eyes, put your hand on your heart, and let us begin. Da I, da I, da I, da I, da I, da I, da I. Great is love. Great is love. Great is. So what will happen is when you start to chant these mantras, the negativity of what it is that we're trying to, excuse me, transform can come up. So my lungs, as you can hear, are starting to clear already. So I'm going to ask Marianne to go ahead and chant a little bit for us while I go ahead and clear this negative information that is coming out, and then I will be able to chant again. So if this happens to you, you need to have some water near you, and go ahead and just cough or do whatever it is that you feel. If you feel you're going to cry or whatever it is, you're going to go ahead and let that out. So Marianne, if you wouldn't mind for a couple minutes.
Certainly. All right. So let's continue. Keep your eyes closed. Put your mind on the area that you want transformation. And let's begin. Da da I, da da I, da I, da da I. Da I, 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 da I. Greatest love. Ready?
I'm going to go ahead and continue now. I think
Okay.
I cleared some of that. So some of that negative information, some of that sadness is cleared. And so that's part of the healing process. That is how powerful these mantras are. So let us continue. If it comes up again, I'm going to have Marianne chat again, but let's see what we can do. Da I, da I. Da I, da I, da I, da I, da I, die. Great is love. 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 Die, 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 die heals me. 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 Die, die heals me. Die, 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 die. So chant silently. So sometimes we want to chant silently because that vibrates a different area inside the body, the smaller cells and spaces. When we chant out loud, that is yang chanting, and that vibrates the bigger spaces inside our body, the organs, the systems. So I'm going to have Mary Ann chant again in just a minute.
Okay. Let's begin. We'll chant out loud again. Die, 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 I die, die. And again, silently. And while you're chanting silently, take a moment to connect to your body, connect to that emotion or that feeling that you want to transform. See how you're feeling as you gave them, through Debra's practice, the greatest love, because love melts all blockages. Feel the love of this beautiful mantra that carries that positive information, frequency, and vibration that we talked about in the law of Shen Qi Jing. And we'll chant one more time out loud. Die, 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 die.
So as you can see from my coughing, my experience was that the blockages were trying to release out of my chest area, because that is actually where sadness sits. We're going to go into the 5 elements in another class that we're going to do, but every emotion is actually tied to an organ. So sadness and grief is tied to the lungs. And so I was experiencing some coughing actually over the last few days. I could feel a heaviness in my chest because that is where sadness sits. And me being an acupuncturist, I'm very familiar with the 5 elements and all the different organs and systems and emotions and the, what everything is attached to them. And we're going to do a class on that. So I myself, from chanting Da'ai, greatest love, I feel better. I feel much lighter. My lungs have opened up. I'll have to do more chanting. We only gave you a taste of what it is that this is all about. But you can chant in your car. You can just chant Da'ai. Da'ai transform sadness. Da'ai transform sadness. Da'ai transform grief. Da'ai transform anxiety. Da'ai transform depression. So you can chant whatever it is that you want to transform. This is called soul transformation. So the soul of my lungs were feeling sadness and grief from losing my dog. And this is how you can help yourself to heal and transform. So these are all just little snippets that we are doing here. And so we do meet every week, and we're going to do this series for quite a while. We have so much information that we want to share with you all, and you can make a difference in how you are and how you feel physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, your relationships, your finances. Next week, we are going to do forgiveness and why forgiveness is so important and why Master Sha has actually built forgiveness into these invocations. We haven't been saying too much about that yet, but we are going to do that next week. So we'll meet on Facebook on Thursdays from 5:30 to 6 p.m. We also offer private consultations. I just got off a consultation just a little bit earlier with somebody that was having some issues with her pet. And we did a little reading and we figured out, what would be the best thing for her to do to move forward. So both Marianne and I offer these types of consultations. So you can email us at the emails that are here. And then we are working on a powerful workshop, a Zoom online workshop that anyone can attend. It's a 2-hour workshop. We're looking at the end of June, maybe 1st of August, and more information is to come on that. We still have a lot of groundwork that we want to do through the soul transformation talks we're doing on Facebook. So I thank you for joining us, Marianne.
I'm very glad for everyone that joined us, and we have Judy gave a response. She says, I'm feeling hugged by the universe, warm all over, very peaceful, quiet joy. I have some throat blockages too, that mostly cleared. Thank you, Debra and Marianne. And like you, Judy, I also feel more joyful, more peaceful during this practice. So as you can see, you can experience different reactions from these practices. So what I would like to say to end this is to go back over the previous ones if you have not heard about what a soul is, and we did a practice for a physical body. Also go over this again, learn more, and become one with the law of Shenchi Jin, because that's so powerful that you have the ability to help the soul of whatever you want to transform become more positive, higher frequency and vibrations. So we love you dearly, and we will see you next week. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and practice, practice, practice.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye.